Howdy y'all, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Melina and I am recording in the dark. It is only 5:30 p.m. but I need to record a video and this is the only time slot that I have, so we will work with what I have. In this video, we are going to be talking about food noise and how I got rid of my food noise basically completely without a GLP-1. So if that is a topic you would like to learn about and get some insights, some tips, and some tricks, like this video and consider subscribing if you are not already. This video is sponsored by me and my stickers and my magnets. I do have two new sticker and magnet designs coming soon. They should be here next week. I have not posted about them except for on my Discord. If you would like Discord access, you get that through my 30-day habit tracker, which you can get on my website, honeybison.com, where you are surrounded with like-minded people on the same journey as you. So go ahead and check that out. I also do have on my website now some hats, some mugs, and some notebooks. I will be adding more designs to them as the days go on, so keep an eye out for that if you are interested in that kind of thing. I appreciate the love and the support that you guys have shown my channel this far. It is very, very appreciated. I just love talking to you guys so much. It makes my heart so happy. All right, let's jump into this video. I have my notes here on my phone, so if you see me side-eyeing you, it is not you. I am glancing at my notes, I promise. If you are someone who suffers with food noise, you are not alone. You are not broken. It is not in your mind. You are not just a food addict. I promise you, more people suffer with this than you think. And the people who have never suffered with it really can't say much about it besides, oh, it's made up in your head, because they have not experienced it. Coming from me, someone who has suffered with food noise since childhood, someone who has suffered with binge eating since childhood, it is real. It exists. You are not crazy. It is the constant chatter in your head, thinking about food. What am I going to eat next? Did I eat too much of this food? Oh no, am I going to have enough food for the next meal? Maybe I shouldn't have eaten that entire pack of chocolates. Oh, but the chocolate was so good. The store is down the street. Maybe I can just go and get another one. Oh, this time I'm only going to eat half of the chocolate bar. I'll put the other half in the fridge. That way I can practice portion control and I can eat the rest of it maybe after dinner, or I can save it for lunch. But I don't know, because it was really good and it's my favorite toffee candy, and I just, man, you know, the other half of the bar really won't hurt. I mean, yeah, I'll just eat a little bit less dinner since I'm eating this chocolate bar for lunch. And then you eat the chocolate bar for lunch, turns into dinner. And during dinner, it's like, oh, this food at this dinner is so delicious. Man, what do I have for a sweet treat? I don't think I have anything in the freezer for a sweet treat. Oh, but I do have the dates in the cabinet. But I was going to use the dates for a recipe tomorrow. But oh, that's fine. I'll just eat the dates right now. And then tomorrow I'll replace the dates for my recipe. Does this sound familiar to you? Because this was my life. I could not have a chocolate bar in the fridge and just save it for later. I cannot have dates in the cabinet and then just have them sitting there, not constantly thinking about them. Every single thought, not every single thought, the vast majority of my thoughts were about food. What am I going to eat? When am I going to eat it? How am I going to get it? How much of it am I going to eat? Am I going to save some for later? Am I just going to repurchase the same food over and over again because I just want to eat it all in one meal and then have it 2 or 3 times per day? I get it. I understand. And you can break free from it. I promise. I know it sounds insane, especially if you are in the throes of it. I get it. Now, I will preface. Last year, so we are in November right now, November 2025 is when I am recording this video. Last year, November 2024, I used semaglutide for 2 months. 2 months. People like to discount my entire fat loss journey. Like, you took Ozempic for 2 months. I'm like, bro, I lost 50 pounds before I took Ozempic. I only took it for 2 months and I maintained, and then I lost weight after I got off of it and maintained that fat loss to what I am right now. I'm actually in a cut right now for a photo shoot, but it's just so funny. Like, you can't discount an entire year's plus worth of work just because I decided to take Ozempic 4 years after the fact. Be so freaking for real. Anyway, when I did take Ozempic, or technically compounded semaglutide, that was the first time in my entire life that I experienced what not having food noise was like. As soon as I took it, maybe I think the next day, because I took it at nighttime. And no, I'm not on semaglutide right now, obviously. I took it November, December, got off of it in January of last month. So 2 months, got off of it. But I'm just explaining to you how I felt on it, and I'm going to compare it to how I feel now. It felt like a fog had been cleared from my brain. It felt like all of this static, and the static was food noise, was just wiped away. I was not obsessing over food. I was not thinking about food when I was eating. I wasn't thinking about the food I'm going to eat next, or for the next meal, or for the next snack. Because with me and food noise, it's not just, I'm going to sit here, eat my dinner, and enjoy what I'm eating. No, I'm eating it, I'm scarfing it down, and I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat next. That was completely gone with semaglutide. I never obsessed over food. I could keep food in the house, cookie dough, chips, dates, things like that, and not even think about them. I would quite literally forget that they were in the house. And if you are someone who suffers with food noise, you will know that that is crazy, because in the food noise days, I know when there's cookie dough in that freezer, and it's not, that thought will not leave my mind until I either throw away the cookie dough or eat all of the cookie dough. And it was usually the latter. I would say after taking Ozempic, I was fine with food noise for a while. If I am not careful, my habits will slip back into the old hinge eating / overweight obesity days. That's just how it is. I am a firm believer that once you suffer with a sort of addiction, whether it's alcohol, drugs, or food, that part of you lives inside of you kind of like a sleeping dragon. And if you wake that dragon up, you're gonna have a bad time. So there were days or a week or two where I would slip up and I'm not eating the foods that I normally eat. I'm eating more ultra processed foods, you know, slipping back into those older habits. And the food noise comes back like a freaking vengeance. As soon as I eat, like, let's say it's Panda Express. If I eat Panda Express, my immediate thought after eating that is like, wow, when can I get this again? Because it is so good. And then you get it the next day for lunch. And then you get it for, 2 days later for dinner. And then you're constantly thinking about it. These types of foods are designed to be ultra palatable and addicting. So knowing that you have had issues with those foods before, it is suggested and recommended to just stay away from them. But I will say that was a very short blip, and I immediately got back on track, started doing things I'm going to tell you, and my food noise is a 0.5, maybe a 1 out of 10. If that, I'm finally in the golden era of I don't care about food. I just simply do not care. Now, I'm not saying I don't care and I just eat whatever I want. No, that is not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is I eat to fuel myself. I eat for performance, I eat for aesthetics, and I eat for my goals. Meaning I have certain macros that I hit every single day, certain amount of protein, certain amount of carbs, certain amount of fats, and the foods that I eat are primarily whole foods. Now, that does not mean I won't go to this local bakery and go get a cupcake. That does not mean I won't go to this local pizzeria and get a homemade slice of pizza, or this ice cream place, Handles, and get some homemade ice cream. I will still do that occasionally, but I know in my mind, like, this is just a one-time treat and I'm not obsessing over it, because after I eat that, it does not turn into a spiral. I go back to how I was eating. I don't have food noise. And the way I am able to do that is based off of the way I eat, I move, and I recover. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 7 things that I do to completely get rid of food noise and keep it away. I would suggest for you to grab a pen and paper so you can write down these 7 things. I think it will be extremely useful for you. Also, at the end of the video, I will give you 7 actionable steps you can take for each thing. So I'm not just inundating you with information with nothing to really work off of. The very first thing, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will already know this because I talk about it all the time. High protein breakfast. Non-negotiable. You have to eat a high protein breakfast. If you start your day off with a sugary, high carb breakfast, you will be hungry all day. I talk about the insulin, glucose, blood sugar roller coaster all the time. You don't want to let's say you're eating a donut, and then you spike your blood sugar like this. And what does it do? Comes crashing right back down. How do you feel? Bad, tired, cravings, moody. And what do you want? More sugar. What do? You eat more sugar. Shoots right back up, shoots right back down. Whereas if you're eating a high protein breakfast, that glucose insulin response is more like this, like a little kid roller coaster. Totally fine. You don't feel any crashes. You feel full. You feel satiated. And the likelihood of you hinging or eating bad foods for the rest of the day are very slim. Protein reduces your hunger hormone, which is ghrelin, and it increases peptide YY and GLP-1. Because yes, GLP-1 is naturally occurring in your body. And peptide YY and GLP-1 are the hormones that help you feel full and satiated. So for my breakfast, I typically like my breakfast to be anywhere from 30 to 40, 50-ish grams of protein. And I usually do that with, oh God, there's a ton. Chicken sausage, lox, cottage cheese, Greek yogurt, eggs, obviously, eggs, egg whites, smoked salmon. Did I say that? I'm not sure if I said that. And I'll usually pair it with some type of carb, such as a crumpet, an English muffin, potatoes. Potatoes are great because they are high satiety. And then I'll usually add some avocado because fats are also extremely satiating, and it's important to get healthy fats in your diet. The goal for breakfast isn't to just eat something. It is to eat something that signals your stomach and your brain that you are full, you are satiated, and that you don't need sugar. Because overall, what food noise is, it's sort of like a survival signal. When your body doesn't get what it needs, your brain turns up the volume on cravings, trying in an attempt to get what it wants. So when you eat enough protein, the food noise fades. Number 2, also if you follow me on Instagram, you will know I talk about this all the time, eating a primarily whole foods diet. Please note, I said primarily and not only. I have never and will never say only whole foods. Also, when I say whole foods, I do not mean the grocery store, because you can still get unhealthy food at Whole Foods. You can still get unhealthy food at Trader Joe's. I am talking about single ingredient and or minimally processed foods. I eat 80-20, 90-10, more on the 90-10 side of single ingredient foods. Real food. And yes, I think there is a difference between real food and fake food, aka ultra processed foods. You can't tell me that a chicken breast, broccoli, and rice comparable to a Big Mac and a side of chips. You can't, I'm sorry. And again, these processed foods are engineered to keep you thinking about them and addicted to them. These food scientists are paid hundreds of thousands of dollars to keep you addicted to them. They're calorie dense, they're low in fiber, and they trigger dopamine in the same exact way that other substances do. And that constant stimulation keeps your brain in a seek more mode, even if you are physically full. And I would argue a lot of the ultra processed foods, I'll use hot Cheetos as an example because hot Cheetos were my kryptonite. Even thinking about them, it makes my mouth water. It's insane. I could eat an entire family-sized bag of hot Cheetos and not be full. How diabolical is that? A family-sized bag of hot Cheetos is, I believe, well over 1,000 calories or close. No fullness at all. It's like they're like pieces of cardboard that just dissolve in your stomach. It's insane. Whereas if you compare whole foods, they stabilize your blood sugar and give you natural satisfaction. When you eat foods such as chicken, rice, broccoli, fruit, vegetables, all that kind of stuff, your brain will get a meal complete signal. Whereas if you're eating chips and cookies and fast food, your brain gets a, that was fun, let's do that again, signal. That is a very dangerous loop to go down, I'm telling you. Overall, the more real food that you eat, the quieter that inner chatter becomes. Number 3, this one might be debatable. However, this is what works for me. Big, hefty meals. I am the type of person that one of my main goals here on YouTube and Instagram is, one, dispelling all the fat acceptance, health at every size nonsense, but also to get women lifting weights and eating enough. Basically eating enough food, eating big hefty meals, eating enough protein, eating enough fiber, fueling their bodies properly, because so many women just live in a chronic state of dieting, trying to eat 1,200 calories every single day, and it's not healthy. It is not sustainable. So I am here to show you, you can eat big hefty meals. Now, the caveat, which is actually number 4, is you're not snacking in between meals, because when your meals are big and hefty, you are full and satiated after you eat, and your hunger levels are slowly coming back. They come back like a, I don't know, like a nice easy tide rather than a huge crash of the ocean. Yeah, that's actually a good way to describe it. I just thought about that. I'm going to start using that analogy more. I'll probably refine it a little bit, but I do like that. But for me, my hunger, it comes slowly. I can feel it coming slowly. It's not anything crazy. It's nothing where I need to worry or my stomach is growling and rumbling and I'm craving all these foods. No, it is a very slow coming hunger, because my meals, and again, on my Instagram, I have my highlight reels called Eats, EATS, going back all the way to 2021. And you can see in those, my meals are big, usually. Right now, they're a little bit smaller because I am on a cut. But overall, my meals are big. My meals are hefty. I'm not afraid to eat big meals. I talk about this kind of a lot, but there was a point in my life where I would eat small meals and I would fill in the gaps with snacks. But the snacks weren't doing anything for me. They were usually carb and fat based mixed together, so not doing much for me, and they did not keep me full. I calculated how many calories I was eating from these snacks in between my meals, and it was 1 or 2 full meals worth of calories that I could have just eaten. So now, again, my meals are big, my meals are satiating. They're usually filled with protein, carbs, fat, and some type of fiber. But overall, protein and fats, because that's what keeps you fuller longer. Am I saying never snack again? No, I'm not saying that. But when I do snack, it is very few and far in between. And again, it's usually something like, oh, I'll go get a homemade cupcake or homemade scoop of ice cream. We don't keep snacks in the house, because guess what? We eat them. If there's a bag of chips in there, we're tearing up that bag of chips unapologetically. So if we do want a bag of chips, we will go, I mean, again, it doesn't happen very often, but we will go get like those, what are the, truffle is my favorite flavor. I forgot what they're called. They have them at Whole Foods, but we'll go get a bag and then we'll split that and eat it within 2 or 3 days together. But the choice to get those snacks are always intentional. It's not like we're at the grocery store and we go, this looks good, and we grab it. No, it's like, oh yeah, maybe the truffle chips, they do sound good. Let's go walk to the store, get them, and then make an actual intentional decision to eat them. And it's not just like, oh. Number 5 is I stay very hydrated. Hydration is key when it comes to binge eating and food noise. A lot of people mistaken dehydration for hunger. When your body is low on fluids, your blood volume drops and your brain sends signals to do something. And usually food is the fastest fix. I believe I drink, I can't even tell you exactly how much I drink. It's a minimum of 100 ounces of water per day. Now, everyone's need for water is different, so I won't sit here and say everyone should be drinking 1 gallon of water per day. No, it is different for everyone. There are calculators online. Also, if I remember, I'll put a link down below and I'll find one where you guys can do that. Hydration can help your metabolism and energy stay stable. So the next time you grab a snack, or the next time right before you grab a snack, grab a glass of water, drink that first, and see how you feel afterwards. Number 6, I get good sleep. This one doesn't get talked about nearly enough. However, sleep is the foundation of everything health and wellness, but especially for fat loss. If you are sleep deprived, if you don't get enough sleep, if you don't get good quality sleep, your hunger hormones go crazy. Ghrelin goes up, leptin goes down. Ghrelin is your hunger hormone, leptin is your fullness hormone. This means your brain quite literally feels hungrier, and you're more likely to make poorer decisions when it comes to your food. If you prioritize 7 to 8 hours of good sleep per night, I promise you, your cravings will drop dramatically. When you're rested, your brain has a lot more control over impulse decisions, and that includes food decisions. Now, I know if you are a parent, especially to younger children, this can be an impossible task, which I don't understand because I'm child-free by choice, but yes, I do. I understand in the sense of there is a time period of your life where that simply is not possible. I don't really have any tips for that because, again, you have to be a parent to your child. So hopefully in a couple of years you can start getting good sleep. I don't know. Maybe find someone who's a mom or a dad that can give you some tips on the sleep and all that with babies, because I don't know. Number 7 is routine exercise. This one ties everything together. When I move consistently, strength training, running, walking, hiking, my body feels balanced. Exercise increases dopamine and serotonin in a healthy and sustainable way. Before, when I needed a dopamine hit or when I needed to distract myself from a bad feeling or a bad conversation or anything like that, I went to food. Now I go to exercise. If I'm having a bad day, I'll go for a run. If I'm feeling crappy, I'll go lift some weights. This isn't something that comes naturally, by the way. Again, I was not always like this. I used to go to Trader Joe's and get an entire tin of vanilla wafers along with the, what are those, chocolate rectangle wafers, like the cylinder wafers and the rectangle wafers, and I would eat all of them. That is how I solved my issues. Oh, and the mousse. Oh my gosh, don't get me started on those mousse. That is how I solved my bad emotions. But now I use exercise. And doing it this way means that food stopped being my main source of pleasure. Again, do I go and enjoy foods here and there? Yes, but food is not my main source of pleasure. Food is not the thing that I turn to. Food is something that I eat to keep myself alive and to fuel myself for my fitness goals, for my aesthetic goals, and for my brain health. Because let me tell you, eating ultra-processed foods, the brain fog is insane. Eating a primarily whole foods diet, I promise, just do it for 1 week. 1 week, that's all I'm asking you. And you will notice such a significant difference, not only with your brain fog, your mental clarity, your sleep will get better, but also your body. Inflammation will go down because yes, eating an ultra processed diet, you are in a chronic state of inflammation. It is terrible. But another reason why it is important to get your source of pleasure not from food, because food noise thrives when it is your only option. When you have other sources of a reward, and it doesn't even necessarily have to be exercise. I mean, it is a way better outlet. You get multiple benefits from it, but your brain does not need to chase the next snack. Your brain is not thinking about Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, Panda Express. It's not thinking about that. It's thinking of, what can I do instead? What's going to make me actually feel better? Because if you suffer with food, I guess, if you suffer with food issues, hinging, food noise, you will know that as soon as you eat it, well, while eating it, you feel great. As soon as you're done, you feel even worse. And then you get fat. How fun is this? This is horrible. 0 out of 10. I do not recommend. So if you are struggling with food noise, please stop trying to fix it with restriction. We need to fix the root cause of it, which is undernourishment, poor sleep, being dehydrated, low movement, chaotic eating patterns. These 7 habits are not flashy. They're not quick tips. They're not gotchas, but they work. They rebuild trust between you, your brain, and your body. And when that trust is there, food is just that. It's food. So please let me be proof to you that you can work through your food noise. You can do it without a GLP-1 medication. If you are taking it or want to, I'm not here to shame anyone for that decision. Of course, I would be a hypocrite. I'd be a hypocrite, first of all. But if you do need to use one for that, then of course that is totally fine. I do have my opinions about people using GLP-1 medication and not doing the work while on it, but I talk about that in other videos. But yes, let me be proof that you can get rid of your food noise naturally if you want to. It just takes work. Everything takes work. You can achieve whatever goal you want. It just takes work. Now, I'm going to tell you for each of those 7 habits, things that you can do today or tomorrow or the next day, whenever you want to start, things that you can do that will make a difference. I hope you've been writing these things down because this will also be something to write down. So I will give you some time. I will also put maybe in the description or the pinned comment, I'll put the 7 habits there. For number 1, high protein breakfast. Tomorrow morning, Hit 30 grams of protein before noon. If you're busy, blend a scoop of protein powder with banana and some milk, and you're done. Do this for 1 week and watch your midday cravings drop like that. Number 2, primarily whole foods. On your next grocery trip, choose one processed item and make a healthier unprocessed swap. For example, replace your instant flavored oats with plain oats and add fruit and honey on your own. Another thing you can do is make half of your plate protein and the other half produce at every single meal. And then ask yourself before eating something, is this fueling me or just entertaining me? Number 3, big hefty meals. Start eating 3 full meals a day: breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Build each one around a protein, a carb, and a fat. Think chicken, rice, avocado, or eggs, potatoes, and veggies. And then eat until you feel genuinely full, not until it is socially acceptable to stop. If you still have food on your plate, that is okay. You do not have to finish it. Your body is not a trash can. Put the rest of it in a Tupperware, and then guess what? You have more food for later, and you'll save more money because you are eating less. Number 4, no snacking. What you can do, eating real meals that actually satisfy you. If you are starving between meals, your meals are not big enough or they are not balanced properly. Before you reach for a snack, ask yourself, would I eat chicken and rice right now? If the answer is no, it's not hunger. It is boredom or some type of other emotion you are trying to avoid. Also, keep snacks out of arm's reach. Make them something you have to actually prepare, not grab mindlessly. The more you can add friction to the bad habit you are trying to break, the easier you will have it. If you know you cannot resist the sleeve of Oreos in your desk drawer, stop buying the Oreos. Keep them at the grocery store. So if you genuinely, truly want Oreos, you need to go to the grocery store and buy them. Number 5 is staying hydrated. As soon as you wake up, the very first thing you should do is drink a full glass of water. Plain water is too boring for you? Fine. Add water flavorings, the 0-calorie ones. Add lemon or fruit slice. If a craving hits, drink some water, wait 10 minutes and see if it fades. It probably will. Number 6, getting good sleep. I know you have a wake up alarm. I think it might be time to set a bedtime alarm. They are very useful. The most important thing with your sleep and your sleep hygiene is going to bed and waking up at the same time every single day. This is the best thing you can do for your circadian rhythm. And yes, this also includes weekends. Stop scrolling 30 minutes to an hour, preferably an hour before bed. You do not want blue light into your eyeballs, and dim your lights. If possible, get red lights, because I forgot the word for it. I'll put a thing up here, what it's called. But basically, red light does not disrupt your sleeping patterns, and it does not elicit the cortisol response that blue light does. That's why they use them in submarines. Prioritize 7 to 8 or more. I run best on 9 to 10 hours of sleep, and I know that sounds like a lot. That's how my body works. It is what it is. But yeah, prioritizing 7 to 8 hours minimum, and do not brag about surviving unless it is not a flex. You are not a superhuman. And finally, routine exercise. You do not have to complicate it. Start with 20 to 30 minutes of movement every single day, and that includes walking. You can go for a 30-minute walk every single day, and I promise you, if you are doing no movement and then you do that, you will see so much improvement, especially with your mental health. Pick something you actually enjoy and stick to it. And also pairing it with good nutrition. When you train consistently, your body wants real food, real fuel, not just junk, ultra processed crap food. So if you want to quiet your food noise, stop fighting your body, start feeding it what it wants and what it actually needs and deserves. Food noise is not a character flaw. It's not a lack of discipline. It's a biological alarm that has been blaring because your body does not feel safe with what and how you have been treating it. Protein, whole foods, big meals, hydration, sleep, movement. This is how you rebuild that trust within you and your body. I mean, you are your body, but you know what I mean. You do not need a prescription, although if you are using one, that's totally fine. You just need consistency. Pick one of these habits. I would never suggest or recommend anyone to try to overhaul all 7 of these things. Pick one of these habits and work on that for 1 week. I challenge you to do that. You can pick one and work on it for the week, and when you do, come back to this video and comment down below how you feel, because I know you can do it. You can do hard things. Now on a hat. I don't have it with me. It's getting shipped here soon. But you can do hard things. Once your body feels safe again, once you start giving it what it truly wants, your mind will finally go quiet. And I promise you, oh my goodness, it is incredible. And I promise you can get there too. That is all I have for you guys today. I really hope that was helpful. I did post a poll on my community tab for members only, asking what of 3 videos you wanted to see first, and this one won. So here it is. Let me know your thoughts down below. Let me know, do you suffer with food noise? Have you suffered with food noise? If you have you gotten rid of it? How did you get rid of it? Anything goes down below. Make sure to check out my stickers, my magnets, my 30-day habit trackers, my hats, my notebooks, my mugs, all of that good stuff is always down below. Again, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for spending your time with me. I hope you have a beautiful Thursday. Whatever day you're watching this, I still hope you have a beautiful Thursday. I updated my outro, by the way. Stick around to see that. There's quite a lot of you guys here. I love you guys very much. Like this video if you have not already. Please consider subscribing. I'm trying to get to 40,000 by the end of November and hopefully 50,000 by the end of the year. And I cannot do that without you guys. And until next time, goodbye.